What's going on, everybody? It's Falchion with you once again, and once again we are here for another Tuesday night racing league with the MSR. For those of you not know, that's Max Speed Racing, and yeah, today I'm hoping to be able to jump in with the guys for practice. If I can get everything. I didn't mean to do that.
Stank Bagel said, "Hello, I'm currently on my way to my console for practice."
What's going on, Bagel? Glad you'll be able to make it. Accidentally hit the wrong button here, so now I'm just waiting to be able to back out. Hopefully, the guy sent me an invite. We are running the crossplay, so I am on PC while everyone else, if not mostly, at least mostly everyone else, would probably be on the Xbox. And no invites. Let me see. And I can't just join in. That's unfortunate.
GKMSTR said, "Good see." Stank Bagel said, "How's your day? I've had a crazy work day for me."
What's going on, Geek? Glad to see you.
GKMSTR said, "Good afternoon, sir."
What's going on? Yeah, my day's been alright. Just trying to figure out some things here. I'm gonna have to come out of my headset for a second. See if I can get an invite. I'd love to run some practice laps and show you guys what Monaco is like, at least for me. So let me see if I can.
GKMSTR said, "Ho, we are you." Stank Bagel said, "Sent you EA invite."
All right, thanks, Bagel. I'm cool, geeking yourself. Hold on. Second, I gotta get back in the headset now. All right, it's always a process to get into the headset because there's so much that I have to do to be able to get into the headset. So yeah, no
GKMSTR
invite yet.
said, "Doing well, sir."
Surprised you're not working there, geek. Da, 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 da. guess in the meantime I can run time trials. I'll run it in my car. And we are going to be in Monaco today. So,
Stank Bagel
Monaco.
said, "Oh, I sent it to GSA not 757.
Oh yeah, I'm 757 on the everywhere except for the PlayStation. I mean, not PlayStation, everywhere except for the Xbox. I'm 757. So I guess I'll go back out and see. So Monaco, right? Let's talk about this track because in your racing career, like I said in the description, if you happen to see it, this is the one track that you want to win at, right? If you don't win anywhere else in the entirety of your career, if you win at Monaco, you can absolutely say that no, still no invite. Also, Bagel, I don't know if you can shoot me an invite, a friend invite, if you will.
Getting ready to. It's raining, so I'll be out there.
Gotcha. Geek. But like I was saying, Monaco is kind of is like the highlight, especially in racing, but especially in Formula One, of course. Um, it's such a technical track. It's a very slow driving track, and the walls absolutely want to kill you, and that's what everybody's gonna have to watch out for. Here, it's not about being the fastest driver. I know a lot of people hate to hear that, but it's the truth. It's about being the smartest driver, right? Uh, what are you gonna wait for? What are you willing to wait for? What are you willing to wait to know that you have to do? Didn't need to break it down that much. Had a little push through there. Over here, you want to stay to the right a little bit after you come out going down that straight, because there's a hump in the road surface that can actually lift your car. I'm getting a lot of lag in my headset, but it should smooth out after a little bit. Hopefully you guys don't see it. Probably the most difficult part of the track, at least for me, right through there coming out of the bridge. The light changes. It's hard to see, and I cut the track on the brake a little bit too late. Let's try that again, this time without the oops. Except we just do an instant oops.
Stank Bagel said, "I don't know if your PC is hooked up to Xbox because I can't find you."
Ah, wow, I clouded the wall there. It's alright, hopefully Evil will notice sooner rather than later. But either way, I just want to give you guys an opportunity to see what Monaco is from my perspective. I know a lot of not a lot of drivers drive in VR for one thing. and not a lot of drivers drive in cockpit view. Not a lot of drivers drive with no assist. Which is the hardest part for me, of course. So I have oh, okay, I just got an invite from Angry. So that's cool.
GKMSTR said, didn't realize when you're saying headset you're talking about VR.
Yeah. I don't, hopefully you guys can see. It's weird this game because like right now, looking at it, you really couldn't tell that I'm in VR because it's all like flat screen. In the menus, it's only while I'm racing. And it also projects this strange vignette around the screen, so that like black oval border around the screen, it's very annoying. So I can just join session, and I'm pretty sure there's nobody racing the Red Bull, so I should be able to jump in one of those without causing anyone any incident or inconvenience, I should say. So right now, the screen to me in my headset, in my VR headset, looks like I'm looking at just like sitting in a movie theater looking at a giant screen, right? Huge screen. So, spectator menu. What is this? What is, oh, 2. So, I don't want to. Here we go. So I'll take Max's Red Bull. Alright, so right now, yeah, you can tell that I'm in headset. You can see me moving my head around. I don't want to do that too much because it could probably make you guys sick. And I don't want to do that. But, so, first off, I want to not be on a hard set of tires.
Okay, the forecast looking good for this session. We've got dry weather all the way.
Actually, I want to check out the medium tires. I haven't done that. I haven't run the medium tires here in quite a long time. So, let's hop out on track in this Red Bull and
Okay, track's green right now, so
see what we can do.
get the tires up to temp and get yourself in the zone.
So if you've never played in VR and you're not getting the full effect, right? Because you're only seeing out of one of my eyes, which is probably kind of strange for you. So I probably look like super offset. Wow, okay, unsafe release, but sure. And then, like I said, you have that weird black vignette around this screen. Driving a car I've never driven before. So when I'm spotting things like my braking, the hump is right here. If you take that too fast, you can definitely throw yourself in. You can throw your car into the air and upset it. So you want to stay right at that for sure. Just trying to get a feel for the car when.
Just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. You monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal
Just taking
operating
it
window.
kind of slow right now.
Temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh, the lag is a little off-putting. And by a little, I mean a lot. Overshot it. I totally missed what I use for my braking marker, and it upset my vision as well, my view. There we go. So, oh wow. I don't know why it keeps altering, or it's like resetting my center. Let's try this again. Really pushing, like the front end of my car is pushing. There's my braking part. Well, big lockup. So as you can see, the walls are super close. Speed's really, really high. Back in, let go a little bit there. This is a race where you cannot afford to make mistakes. You can't afford to pass in places, or to attempt to pass in places where you simply think you can pass, right? Doesn't work here. It's too tight. Touches will throw you way off. And being thrown way off here means being thrown into a wall. So I was asked who I thought had the best chance of winning this race. It's easy to say the guy sitting on pole. If he can run away from the drop, from the lights going out, that's your best shot at winning this race. Outside of that, your best shot, the person that has the best shot at winning is the person that can just be patient and let things play out. Pick your spots, right? People like to run through the tunnel here. and try a crazy move here through here. An on-track move there likely always going to end in tears. That's not a passing spot. And there are very few passing spots, if you're being honest, on this track. You might be able to do it here because it's kind of wide, like there, right? I'm pretty sure that's Bagel just dipped underneath me. Right, he was able to dip underneath me. That's a place where you can pass. That's a place where you have to be patient. If you can be patient, you can do it. Turn one, you can probably be patient and do it. Down through the start pit straight, or the pit straight, big lockup, you can do it. A lot of people like to try it here. It's just too slow. It's not a good place to do it. So patience is key. The patient driver is king. You see, I'm having to turn the wheel through there from lock to lock. The control you have through that corner, coming out of the tunnel, at the bottom of the hill, coming out of the tunnel, and I smashed the, whoops, I hit the amount of control you have going into that corner, that chicane at the bottom of the hill, coming out of the tunnel, is a lot less than you would actually believe, or is than that, and that is normal because you have to turn your wheel all the way, right, in both directions. So you're not in as much control as you think. So that makes it a really horrible place to pass. Plus, it's a very narrow part of the track, the on-track portion. Now, there's a whole bunch of runoff, like to your right, but if you run off and you make a pass, you just have to give the position back or take a penalty. So it doesn't work.
Our best lap so far is a 1:20.4.
Let's see what the guys are doing. I should be way down on everybody. So yeah, you can see I'm off by 2 seconds from Michael, who's just ahead of me, and Evil in P1,
We're currently sixth in the speed
like
trap,
7 seconds ahead of me. So,
66.4
or
miles
7
per
seconds
hour.
faster than me. So that kind of gives you an idea. So Evil with a 113.6, looking really good. Rogue with a 114.4, also looking pretty good. Bagel with a 115.2, just supplanted by Angry, who has a 115 even. Both those guys looking good.
Okay, there are only a few cars out on track. We should consider getting out there.
Michael with a 118.1, and then you can see me, who won't be racing, of course. I'm just practicing right now with the guys. Just like I said, just kind of giving you an idea of what it's like from my perspective. You see me and of the people that put laps and sitting at a 120.4. All of us on medium tires, so all things being pretty equal. I will say I don't run in any assist. So like as you can see, no racing lines. I'm in the cockpit. Although me being in the cockpit in VR, I would say is probably an advantage. I can spot my apexes and everything a lot better, simply because I can move my head. What else? Oh, I've never driven the Red Bull, so for me, right, when I'm creating my braking points for corners when I'm learning a track, not only do I use objects that are on quote or on slash off the track, um, but I also use certain things on my car. So it may be this marking on my car livery, right? When that marking matches up with that braking marker, that braking board or whatever, that's when I need to start braking, right? So that's why, you think, well, you're in a Formula One car. What's the big deal, right? But that's the big deal for me because that's the way I drive. So now I'm missing that thing on my car that I use to match that thing on or off or around the track to tell me when I need to apply the brakes. So that's what kind of throws me off. Oh, and one really big thing is Angry hasn't given me a race setup in like 3 years or something. So he used to always give me race setups because we have a very similar driving style, and I haven't gotten a race setup from him in a long time. So I don't have any race setup. So it's just a box standard for me right now. Yeah, all those are excuses though. Let's be honest. If I put time into it, I could definitely do better, but I don't because I don't race. At least not here on F1 22. When I do race, it tends to be 10 top cars, and it tends to be on like Race Room or Automobilista 2, or ACC. So that's me. So let's go out and hopefully not be in anybody's way. I'm gonna jump onto a set of soft tires, and I want to see the difference. So again, I am 120.4.
All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
Also, this lag is just killing me, to be honest with you. It's got my head a little bit wobbly right now, which is kind of weird because I generally don't get VR sick. But the lag is so abrupt at times, it's just making my head swim a little bit. Yeah, see, that's lag. Oh, crap. I need it to smooth out. I guess another thing is I never did use an overtake button. It's actually kind of weird for me in this game. Oh wow, just yeah, the lag is too much. So the lag is overbearing. Oh wow. So let me just do normal commentating before I puke all over myself. I don't know why this game is so laggy. No other game that I race has this issue, and that's kind of weird. I wish I could just
So our best lap so far is a 1 minute 20.
take the headset off and play, but to do that, I have to leave the game, and which I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to leave the game, um, and then come back. Before I do that, Bagel, I'm going to look at your gamer tag real quick. Wrong button. I'm gonna look at your gamer tag real quick. Make sure I got it right. Okay, yeah, so it's just spelled out normally. And then I'll shoot you a friend invite if you don't mind. And hopefully you can invite me back into the lobby here in just a moment. And I throw. Wow, I'm just.
7th in the speed trap, 166.4 miles per hour.
Honestly don't know how this is gonna work, to be honest with you. Find. Oh, so I just typed it in. Hold on a second. Alright, where are my glasses? Angry and I want to do a co-op championship, but unfortunately, and so not unfortunately, I didn't mean that. So there it is. So add as friend. So Bagel, I was able to send you a friend request. Now I have to turn off my VR here so that everything looks right. And that killed the whole game. So there, that. The unfortunate
Stank
thing.
Beagle said, got it?
Thanks. Thank you, sir. The unfortunate thing about this game, right, is
Stank Beagle said, you want an invite from me?
yes, please, if you don't mind. The unfortunate thing about this game is since I jumped out of that practice and I was in it, now even flat screen, I can't get in and race. Right? It won't let me back into a car. So that sucks. I mean, I guess it's to stop you from jumping around or something, but or if you get disqualified or wreck your car beyond repair, it doesn't allow you. It's I guess it's meant to stop you from coming back into the game to play. But yeah, did I just? Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm gonna take it that that's your EA name, Bagel.
Stank Beagle said, sent.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So yeah, so let's jump back in here. Let's talk about last week, right? Man, that was a race that if you missed it, I'm sad for you, right? That race was so good. So much going on in that race.
Stank Bagel said, for some reason it's Paraga 01, just ignore that LOL.
Gotcha. um, I'm hoping to see that kind of race going on this week, but just the pure nature of this track is going to make that difficult, super difficult. So Rogue is in P1 right now with a 113.1 out on the track in a Ferrari. In P2 is Evil with a 113.3.
Bagel said, I'll give it my best to give you a good fight.
Awesome. Really looking forward to that. See, Evil's in P2 with a 113.3. Angry in P3 with a 2 second gap, 2 second jump to a 115 even, and is rolling out of the pits right now. Bagel in P4 with a 115.2. Michael in P5 again a 2 second jump thereabouts to a 117.1. Then you see me, who you know is no longer in the session like that. Mr. Silvano with a 121 even, and Zim has not taken to the track yet. Let's jump on board with Angry. Like I said, Angry used to give me his, when I did race a number of years ago, it's probably been more than 2, to be honest with you. He would give me his setups because we had a very similar driving style as far as how we liked the car to react. As Angry absolutely clouts the wall and tries to get control over it. Wow, that was a hit and a half. That was absolutely a hit and a half. Congratulations does go out to Stank Bagel, last week's driver of the day. Had an absolutely spectacular drive, even after putting his car into the wall, able to drive back for a podium finish. Just absolutely great driving out there. Jump on board with Evil. Going to be looking to supplant Rogue as he clouts the wall, and see that's going to be, I fear, the theme of the day. And so that's what I mean when I say the patient driver is the driver that's going to win this, right? People are going to be hitting the wall, upsetting their cars. People are going to, the impatient drivers are going to want to make these crazy passes, these passes that are not, that look like they're there. I will give it to you 100%. They look like, it's going to look like you can make a clean pass, right? But it's not there. You're not going to be able to, right? It's not going to be as clear cut as you believe. And those drivers, those impatient drivers, are going to wreck. And the patient driver is just going to be able to sit back, watch these things develop, and take advantage of it, right? You clout the wall, that's going to slow your car down. And suddenly it doesn't matter where on the track you are. Well, no, that's not exactly true. Because if you're in like the hairpin, it's still going to be like a nearly impossible task to pass, um, at least cleanly. But somebody clouts the wall, on a straight like that, that car is going to slow down. And that's going to be an opportunity to pass, whereas maybe it wasn't an opportunity before, right? So that's why I say that either the driver on pole, when the lights go out, runs away with it, is just gone, right? Just takes off and never looks back. Nobody ever catches that driver again. That's an easy win, right? Of course, that supposes that driver never makes a mistake. And then you're looking at a highly unlikely thing to happen, right? Beyond that, Evil with a 112.9, first into the 112s. Evil Scotsman, first of his name. What was I saying? So then that falls back to who I really believe is going to win this race. The patient driver. The driver that's just opportunistic. And that kind of sounds like a bad word to describe a person, all right? And generally in life, you don't want to be an opportunist. You don't want to take advantage of other people's misfortunes. But in this race, that's exactly what you want to do, right? You can sit back and you can watch. And I'm not saying don't give it your all, right? You want to be out there pushing. You want to be pushing for a win. You want to be, but it's opportunities that present themselves to you is what you're looking for. And I'm talking about real opportunities, not, these supposed opportunities where you're going into the hairpin, right? And everybody has to slow way down. And you think to yourself, I could take it just a little bit faster than everybody else. I can do that. I can go just a little bit faster than everybody else. And all of a sudden you're tangled up with somebody. See, you're seeing here, right? We just hopped on board with Zim. How easy it is to clout the wall. Nobody was with him. Nobody threatening him. Man, I just lost my train of thought in that. You're just pushing, trying to go straight, right? Prepping for that next corner. And a momentary lapse in concentration spells disaster. On board with Bagel now. And that disaster can kill you. See, look, you're looking at it right there, right? And you're looking at the line and it's 2 lanes, right? 2 lanes. Two cars driving through Monaco on a Friday afternoon, going out shopping, on their way home from work, whatever, can easily make that. Yes, no problem. 2 cars racing, 2 cars with open wheels racing. Try that. Touch, a slight touch. I was watching a video of somebody new to to F1, and they asked the question, why in the world it is that when these cars touch each other, they get launched into the air, right? When they come wheel to wheel. Well, we all know rubber is a grippy substance, right? So you put rubber to rubber, they grip. These wheels are turning. You know, one gets launched up, one gets launched down. The one getting launched down is okay because it's already on the ground. The one that gets launched up is picking up these very light cars. Understand, right? People think, okay, these are cars. They're heavy. They're somewhere just under 800 kilograms, I think. Uh, Somewhere around 800, let's say. And that's a lot, right? But that's spread throughout the entire car. I mean, you see it all the time where people lift the front of these cars, not only with a jack, which is just a simple lever, right? You put the flat piece under the car, you push down on the bar, it pivots on its fulcrum, and lifts the front and the rear of the car up, right? But you also see where things go wrong, and these guys have to lift the car up by hand. And a person can do that, can lift the front or the rear of the car up by hand. The rear would be way harder because the engine's back there, and that's the lion's share of the weight. But you see what I'm saying, right? So when these wheels touch, it's super easy to launch these cars in the air. And so driving through here, that happens, right? You know, people are touching wheels, especially at that hairpin. Like I said, it's 2 lanes, right? You can see the markings on the road. It's 2 lanes, but racing through there as Bagel gets loose. That's what I'm talking about. That's an easy thing to do, right? Bagel's rear end got loose. Car comes around, clouds the wall. You're in trouble. In the beginning of the race, these cars are going to be heavy. They're going to be scraping on the ground. And I hadn't realized this, right? So I definitely have a more advanced race setup than I had when I was racing. So like my pedals have rumble motors in them. And so I hadn't realized how bumpy this track is. And so when I was driving it, my cars is just going absolutely nuts. The pedals, the rumble motors and the pedals are just going absolutely nuts over all the over how bumpy this track is. Again, um, it
Stank
is
Bagel.
not going to
Said.
be easy.
Sent lobby INV.
Thank you, sir. I got it, and I am backing out to grab it right now. Oh, I didn't see the other invite that I got, but cool. All right, on board now. Getting ready for this race to start in probably around 3 minutes or so, 2 or 3 minutes, depending on how quickly the lobby can populate. We are expecting 10 drivers tonight, not including me, of course. Trying to see who we're missing. I don't see Cotton in here at the moment, but oh, pardon me, tired. Man, I live my life tired right now these days. Got a lot lot going on, to be honest with you. So yeah, what I'm looking for tonight is R is are the patient drivers, the drivers that can just hang back, not way back, right? Not anything crazy.
Stank Bagel said. Can you turn your voice up a bit? I can barely hear you. If you can't, all good.
Nope. Yep. I can turn it up. Let me know how that feels for you. If it's not good, I can give you even a little bit more. So whoa, that startled me. um,
Stank Bagel said. Way better, thanks.
Not a problem. Appreciate you letting me know. I'm gonna go ahead and ready up in my from my spectator's point of view. It looks like we're waiting on two drivers to show up. So hopefully that'll be happening soon. But like I was saying, what I'm looking for tonight are the patient drivers, the drivers who are going to be looking for those opportunities to present themselves, and we've seen just in that little bit of practice that we watched, we've seen drivers from the top of the grid to the bottom making the same types of mistakes because it's really easy for it to happen here in Monaco, and that's clouding the wall. Um, and then when you add drivers racing side by side, um, it's going to get even more hectic. And there are going to be those, I guess you would call them, over opportunistic drivers. And these drivers are going to have, there's, are, there's that's going to present a whole other problem, like I said, where you're trying to make moves in places where you get this false impression that you can make a move, right? And that move simply isn't truly there, and that's going to cause touching between drivers, if not all out wrecking. Um, you hope it doesn't happen, and it doesn't necessarily have to happen, right? It's not 100% guarantee that that's going to go down that way. Um, Last week we had no complaints for the race, and that is absolutely what I love to see, right? I absolutely love it when, I'm looking at the thing now, and, oh no, wait, no, there should be 10 drivers, right? But maybe not. Maybe I got it wrong somehow. And Cotton Road Jones. That's who's missing, just Jones. Um, but yeah. So about to jump into qualifying and see what is what here. strategy is king here. You absolutely need to be on point with what you're going to do. I mean, we've seen it in real life, right? We've seen Ferrari make bad strat calls. You're going to need to be on point with your strat calls here today. What tires are you going to be running? This might be a track where you can go soft to hard and do it all in that one stop. But is that the right call? Is that hard tire going to be fast enough to take you to the end safely, right? Or is it going to just not provide enough grip to have you racing fast and smooth between these walls? That is the question that is at hand today. So pick your positions, pick your choices, make wise choices. Bagel says it's cloudy, qualifying, sunny,
Stank Bagel
0%
said,
chance of a
cloudy
rain
quali
in the
sunny
race.
0% race rain chance.
Can you guys hear? Let me know in the chat if you don't mind. Can you guys hear the, so when I race online, or not online, when I stream using my VR, I set up a text to chat so that when somebody types in the chat, my PC reads it out to me, basically. Can you guys hear that?
Stank Bagel
That robot yet?
said, that robot yep.
Okay, I have to figure out or any other time how to not have that come through. I apologize. I can't mess with it right now, but there was a time when it did not do that. I don't know why it does that now. Let's see who is on their outlap. Michael doing the thing. Let's jump on board with him. A little bit of a correction there was necessary, but not too bad. He's braking about the same place I was braking. I think you can brake a little bit later, but I didn't get a chance to practice that much. Avoids the little hump in the road, so that's nice. Nicely through the hairpin. He lost his M already. Retired from the session, unfortunately. Michael clouts the wall. See that? See, it's an easy thing to do, and all he was doing was setting up for that turn. That's going to be a theme today. Waiting for him to cross the line here. He does stay out. Michael, the first to put in a time of a 1:16.3 faster than he was during practice. So There you go. A little bit of sandbagging going on. Mr. Silvano with a 120.2 on board with Rogue right now. Rogue with a 112.5. Very nice. Let's jump on board with Bagel. Bagel has a McLaren a little bit ahead of him. Hopefully that McLaren is on a hot lap as well. This is definitely not a track where McLaren gives them room. Very nice, very nice. Love to see it. Love to see the respect out on track. Bagel playing it real fast and loose with the curbs. Dangerous, but makes it work. What's Bagel gonna get? P2 with a 114 even. About a second and a half off of Rogue's fast time. Rogue into the pits. Both Evil and Angry out on track. Angry's a bit behind Evil, so we're gonna roll with Evil for right now. Evil very smooth through his gears. Everybody on the soft tires tonight. Actually, let's bring that up. Oh, tires is what we want to see. Enable, and there we go. So yeah, everybody out on the soft tires. Of course, why wouldn't you be? This is not practice. This is this is qualifying. Everybody's gonna be out on the soft tires. Evil taking a little bit of that curb, not quite as much as Bagel did, but everybody flirting with the sausage tonight. Braver than I would be in these cars. Evil to the top with a 112 even, half a second above Rogue. Jumping on board with Angry. The next driver I'm expecting to cross the line for a time. Angry to P3 with a 113.9. About half a second there again off of Rogue. Looking like he wants to keep the lap going, but he simply does not have the battery to improve, I would think. Let's jump on board with Adrian. See what Mr. the 8th has going on tonight. I know for sure that Angry and Evil are going to be talking, putting together a team strategy. Will Bagel and Adrian be doing the same to try and match? Ooh, Adrian clouts the wall. That's unfortunate. Then loses the rear end. Still has 100% battery. Looks like a no harm, no fouls type of situation. I don't think Adrian is using his battery, which is surprising. Adrian when he crossed the line, he crossed with a 1:14.7, just a little over half a second behind his teammate. Rogue splitting the Alpine cars, depending on where in the world you are. So from the back, right now, the two McLarens sitting together, the two Mercedes sitting together, and then Rogue is splitting the two Alpine cars. I'm sorry, guys, I'm in the U.S. and we pronounce it Alpine. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Okay, now we've got Adrian on battery. So we're going to ride with him for another lap and see what he does. He did jump on that lap from a 1:14.7 to a 1:13.8. So improving by about a second. Trying to see if in his car, on his wheel, I can see the delta, but I don't. I don't see either green or red in there, so that's unfortunate. There's so much more. Oh, he clouts the wall. That is very, very easy to do. You're trying to take that turn very tight, and yeah, the risk you run as Bagel has crossed the line to retake the position from his teammate. Bagel now in P3 with a 1:12.6, and that's looks like Angry is going back out, jumping on board with Bagel, who's very slow through there. Or it looked like it. It's possible. I just simply didn't have the context. Is Bagel going to be pitting right now? Yes, he is. Back on board with Angry, who's going to be looking to make up positions here. Going to be starting his flying lap now. Looks like he's aborting the lap. Not 100% sure why. Nobody in front of him for miles. Actually absolutely no one in front of him, period. The only other car on track right now is Rogue, and he's on an out lap, and he's physically behind Angry right now. I guess there's just something he saw he didn't like. Slowing down, looks like he's going to allow Rogue to pass. Is he heading into the pits? Maybe he has damage. Yes, into the pits he goes. Jumping on board with Rogue, who is now on his flying lap. Can he find a little bit more than half a second? through the tunnel. The light changed not bad today, with it being a little bit cloudy. You kind of like that. On a really sunny day, the light change coming out of the tunnel can be harsh and almost blinding, if I'm being honest with you. Definitely making it really difficult during the race. Actually, just I don't know why talking about that reminded me, but the last time I raced here was we were racing actually F2 cars, and I ran out of fuel with like 5 laps to no, it was even earlier than that. It was like pretty early in the race. For some reason, my car didn't refuel correctly. Let's see what Evil's got going on. He's going to be looking to put some distance between himself and the rest of the field with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this qualifying. Michael has decided to retire in P6, sitting on a 1:16.3. Again, Zim decided to retire before actually putting in lap time. He did have an incident. Looks like Angry is on the track just in front of his teammate Evil with a 1:11.5, furthering the distance between himself and Rogue. Rogue and Bagel battling it out in the 112s, and I believe wrong button. Bagel is yes on track right now, looking to put in that time. Unfortunately, he loses it. Something weird I noticed too about F122, at least for me, is when I pull my clutch paddle, it does not work during race conditions, or the only time it works is off the line. Bagel retired in P3 with a 1:12.6. Angry steps ahead of Adrian, who is retired. Angry putting in a 1:13.6. Adrian 1:13.8. Angry out here, Austin powering it right now. You do it, you got it. There you go. Cotton always loves just that one bite at the apple, the very end, see what he can do, and he clouts the wall, but I didn't see anything break off his car, so no harm, no foul situation, I'm guessing. Cotton really riding the rev limiter there. I notice a lot of drivers do that these days. I was always taught that it just slows you down. Evil adds insult to injury, puts in another fast time with a 1:11.4. Rogue in P2 with a 1:12.2. Bagel P3 with a 1:12.6. Angry P4 with a 1:13.7. Adrian in P5 with a 1:13.8. Michael P6 with a 116.3. Mr. Silvano is in P7 with a 120.2. Cotton, unfortunately, no time. Zim, unfortunately, no time set as well. We are about to get this thing rolling. And you know what? I can actually, I don't know why I didn't just do this before. I can shut down the text to speech right now. I think. Perhaps it won't let me do it. Not sure if that worked, but it is what it is. It's not hopefully super annoying to you guys as we begin to load into this race. Evil sitting on pole. Evil does, in my opinion, having raced with him for sorry about this, Evil, more than a decade. At this point, Evil does have the ability to run away from everybody else. Bagel says he's praying for no first corner incidents. That's a prayer, my friend. That is absolutely a prayer. Turn everything back on again. Let's go with tires. That has me very interested. Telemetry there we go. So Evil, Rogue, Bagel, Angry, medium tires. In P5, Adrian switches it up and is starting on the soft tires. And then through the rest of the field, we've got everybody on medium tires. So Adrian, odd man out, looking to make things happen. Let's jump on board with him for the start of this race. So with those tires, he's definitely going to be looking to make big moves as quickly as he can to justify having those soft tires on. If he gets held up, those tires are going to burn out quickly, and he's going to be stopping earlier than everyone else, assuming that there are no incidents. Thank you, Geek. Yeah, it seems to be off now. So, again, I apologize. I didn't realize you guys could hear that. It didn't used to work that way. I actually haven't used it in quite some time. But yeah. So as these cars come to line up, I wonder if you guys have the same issue as me, because I'm not seeing anybody spin up their tires, which is the main thing for me. Why it bugs me that I can't pull my clutch while rolling around the track. I'd like to pull it to be able to spin up my tires as I move into my pit box. And the lights are out. These cars are off. We're on board with Adrian, hoping, you know what, I'm just going to jump straight on board with him and then jump back out right quick to see what we've got going on behind him. Looks like everybody's clean through the first corner. Bagel gets his wish. Bagel up into P2. Must have had a lightning start. Able to get past Evil. Now here it is. This is what I'm talking about. Unfortunately for Adrian, he did not get the start that he would have wanted. And now you got to pick your poison, right? Jumping on board with Angry. Rogue looking to create that separation and has done so. Has more than a second. On board with Rogue. Who's following Bagel, who was able to jump him off the start. Rogue going to be looking again to get up into that DRS range. On board with Bagel. Bagel trying to threaten Evil, trying to not let him run away, and that's what I said, right? My first pick for winner is the pole guy if he can run away from the pack. Bagel trying not to let that happen, but Bagel has fallen just a tad bit outside of DRS range. A hard thing to hold here, and something that you almost ask yourself, right? Do I even want to hold it? Because if you're in all that dirty air coming off the car in front of you, you know, you're not getting that downforce on the front of your car, and you're scrubbing your tires really hard. So, yeah, and then on board with Evil, whose predicted strategy is to go from the mediums to the hards, right? And that's another one of my questions here. Do you want to do that? That's for a one stop. Do you want to jump onto those hard tires if they are not going to be, if there's going to be a number of laps where they're simply not providing the grip for you? We lost Zim, and Mr. Silvano is in the pits, but he was speeding in the pits, so he sitting on a 5-second penalty. It's possible that his team held him to clear it. Mr. Silvano on the first to go onto a hard set of the tires. Let's see what we've got here as he comes out. No, they did not clear it. Let's ride on board with Mr. Silvano because boom, boom. There you're seeing it already. His car is pushing. In other words, instead of his car turning through those high-speed corners, it's pushing straight, and he's tagging walls. That's cold, hard tires right now. That's all that is, and with that being the case, that's the worry, right? How quickly can you generate heat into these tires so that they're gripping? Because right now, nobody's sitting in front of him, dirtying up his air. Another 3-second penalty for cutting that corner down there. But again, he simply not got the grip. Boom, there it goes. And that is the worry right there. Mr. Silvano just showed it to us in all of its quote-unquote splendor. Unfortunately, let me see. Okay, they've cleaned up the track, so Evil is getting by. I said it right. Shut up. Evil gets by, gets through okay. Bagel now nearly 5 seconds behind him. Again, exactly what I was saying. Uh, from from the time the lights go out, if Evil can just be clean, the race is his. But that being said, if he's going for one stop, he runs the same risk that we saw Mr. Silvano run into, or the same issues that Mr. Silvano had, where those cold tires are going to be really pushing. Rogue, just like half a second behind Bagel. I want to see what Rogue can do coming through the DRS zone. Rogue in both a good and bad position simultaneously. Again, he doesn't want to be in Bagel's dirty air right now, but he needs to be for DRS. Bagel really good out of that last corner, able to create separation. There's only one DRS zone here in Monaco, and that was it through that front pit, quote unquote, not so straight. If you are one of the people who hates DRS and wants to see it go away, this is the kind of racing that you get without it, right? Because although you do get DRS here, it's almost useless, like most of the time, right? So this gives you an idea of what that looks like, and so again, that means, you're looking to get right up under that wing where you want to be and you don't want to be, because you don't want to be in that dirty air, right? Let's see what Rogue can do with another bite at the DRS apple right now. Bagel not as good this time out of that back straight, but again, the straight just isn't long enough, I think, to really give you that great DRS advantage. But Rogue really hammering things home here through Monaco here. The only race on the F1 calendar that spans an entire country, right? Monaco is really tiny. Cotton up to P4, starting near to the back of the pack, looking to close a 5-second gap down to Rogue and see what he can do. Angry in P5. Sitting pretty comfortable as far as anybody chasing him. Michael in P6 as a good 16 seconds behind him, with Adrian in P7 just behind him, now on the hard tires. After like 7 laps, Adrian going for it. This is, that's a scary place. DRS. Adrian gets loose. I'm telling you, these hard tires are just so flippin' dangerous. Angry just came out of the pits, also on a set of the hard tires. I'm telling you guys, I'm thinking if I'm in this race, I'm going for an extra stop. Again, Evil can upset that whole theory. Jumping on board with Angry as he, Adrian, and Michael go through the hairpin. you saw Adrian just get really loose coming out of that last corner on these hard tires. I do not like the hard tires for Monaco. And there you go. There you go. He gets a little loose around, allows Angry to go by. Very sporting of Adrian. And now the field has really begun to separate itself. Nobody within DRS range. Michael, 28 seconds behind Cotton, who is now in P3. Bagel has pit. Bagel went onto a set of the softs. I gotta admit, I agree with Bagel on this. If he can get, hopefully, to a position to where he only needs one more stop to go onto like another set of the mediums. But again, the driver that can upset that whole thing is Evil here in P1. If he can create enough of a separation to where he doesn't have to push super hard after the pit stop, and he can just easily ease those a set of the hard tires into up to temp, then he can upset that whole thing. But let's jump on board with Bagel and see. So okay, right now he is 11 and a half seconds behind Adrian. Adrian all over Angry right now, who is all over Michael. These drivers in DRS range. We're going to be flipping back to Bagel every now and again. Bagel already having made up that half a second on his teammate. Just where do you make the pass here, right? If the DRS isn't working well enough to get you by on the front straight, where do you make the pass? Now, like I said, we saw Bagel in practice make an easy pass under me, and coming at the penultimate corner of this of one of these laps here in Monaco. So right here, Bagel was easy to dip under me. Neither Adrian or Angry were able to do that. They both have DRS. Angry chasing down Michael, Adrian chasing down Adrian, and again, it just is not working. That straight isn't long enough, isn't straight enough, to be honest with you. As we have a Sector 2, Sector 3, yellow. Looks like that yellow has been cleared. And look, right here, you can see how close these drivers can get to one another in the back portion of this track. But in the fast sections, you just can't hold it, right? So Monaco is just a track where you're kind of relying upon the mistakes of others, right? Not 100%. Like I said, we saw it in practice. Bagel was able to pass me clean on the track right through there where we just drove through. DRS. Wrong. And look at the time. Here we go, right here. Look at the time Bagel has made up. Bagel has made up 10 of that 11 and a half seconds that he had in deficit being on these soft tires. The question now is, How does he get past everybody? Now, he definitely has the tires to make it happen, right? He's definitely going to have far more grip than both um, Adrian and Angry, at least for a couple of more laps. Um, Adrian lets his teammate by. Yes, that's what I like to see. That was teamwork right there. Call it team orders, right? If this were real life, and that would probably be team orders. Bagel is the faster driver right now. Those soft tires allowing him to do things that his teammate on the harder set of tires simply could not do. That is not the place. That was too soon, and that was outside. That was dangerous. As Bagel noses it into the wall, he's got to be careful. Where is Adrian now? Okay, Adrian did get past safely. That was that could have been dangerous for the teammate, but Adrian is able to get by. Angry now with a little bit of breathing room. I won't say a lot. A little bit of breathing room, but Adrian really pushing. Meanwhile, Cotton has made it all the way up to P2, but is 12 seconds behind Evil. Rogue in P3, about 4 seconds behind Cotton right now, but that 4 seconds is growing. That space is growing, so unfortunate for him. But, you know, if the race were to end as it is right now, I don't think he would be upset in the least with a podium here in Monaco, as Angry takes a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Nose change and back onto an old set of mediums. Not a new. These medium tires are 7 laps old right now. Wow. That's unfortunate. I wonder if he notices that, or if he has noticed that at this point. I think I saw blue flags. No, it's not Evil. It's Cotton. Cotton coming up on Angry. Angry's gonna have to let him by. Angry, making Cotton take the hump, but looks like it was okay. Angry has also let Rogue by. Good on him. Good clean driving. How to Angry. Wow, I really stumbled over those words, didn't I? Adrian with the fastest lap, 1:14.4. Doing it on the hard tires. Those hard tires must now be starting to come up to temperature, and Michael with a 3-second penalty, and so that gives comfort a little bit. But if it takes everybody about that 9 laps to get them up to temperature, again, I have to question, at least for me, is that worth it? Bagel onto a hard set of tires. Unfortunately, I believe that it's possible that crash upset his entire strategy. Evil, 15 laps into the race, 15 lap old medium tires. Is Evil trying to take these tires to softs, right? And he stays out. Cotton, 11 seconds, angry, another 3-second penalty. So here's what I think is going on, right? Evil looking to push these medium tires to the point where he can hop onto a set of softs. Brilliant, right? As long as he can hold position. Wow, that was crazy lag. As long as he can hold position, this is a brilliant strategy. I like it. And he is doing so, right? You saw for a moment Cotton. When we first looked at Cotton from P2, he was about 12 seconds back. We saw him get up close as only being 10 seconds back, but he is on the same tires, same condition, right? So now you see that he's dropped almost back to 12 seconds again after that slight touch of the wall. And both he and Evil are in. Evil has gone on to the hards. Cotton has to react. And this is the point that I was trying to make. Cotton has to react to whatever Evil was doing. And so now where is Rogue in all this right now? Rogue also into the pits. Rogue hadn't changed. This is Rogue's first stop too. He is also onto the set of the hards. Adrian passing the swimming pool right now. Unfortunately for him, unable to push through as we have lost Bagel. I think that was Angry coming out of the pits. Oh, that was Bagel's car right there. Sector 1, guys. Sector 1. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Again, Monaco, one of the hardest tracks to drive. That's why it is one of the tracks that you want to win. That is why if you get your name on a trophy here in Monaco, you can really consider yourself a great driver. Bagel saying it all fell apart when he spun the first time. Yes, it is. And that's another thing too. It's hard to get your rhythm back. And again, that forced a situation that I don't know. He can say in the comments if he was gonna ever, if Bagel's plan was ever to go onto a set of the hard tires, but it looked like it was a situation that was forced due to that incident and having to come in. Zim chimes in. He hates this track. Many a driver do, my friend. I myself have a love-hate relationship with this track. I have one here. Probably the proudest win that I've ever had here, but in general, yeah, like I said, the last race I had here, I ran out of fuel. I'm not even sure how in the world that happened. Plenty of other races, I've crashed out. It's just too tight. These people like to compare other tracks to this track. There are no other tracks to this that compared to this track. While yeah, there are other city and street tracks, and they all have walls. None of them are as tight as Monaco. Bagel, he was doing good, but got heated after the first 2 times, and he drove angry. So yeah, Zim, the hairpin mate, he struggled like crazy, and that is arguably one. So for me, and we're riding on board with Angry right now, and he's about to come to the hairpin. To me, there's two like super difficult parts of the track: the hairpin and the chicane after the tunnel. So the hairpin, look how slow he has to come down to within 20 miles per hour. That's how slow you have to go there, and it's so easy to spin up your rears coming out of that, right? And then coming down through here, breaking down through here. If you cut it, you have to cut it tight, right? It's a very tight corner. You cut it slightly too tight, and you hit that your rear wheel on the left safer barrier, you're going around. You cut it too loose, you're gonna cut the track, and you're gonna get a penalty. So yeah, I'm with you. First two times, Bagel spun, he said he meant. What's going on up here? So Angry, Cotton has made great inroads, great strides. Only about 8.5 seconds behind Evil. I think I said Angry before. I apologize. Behind Evil, Rogue 17 seconds back from Cotton. Adrian 9.5 seconds back from Rogue. Michael, a minute 12 back from Adrian, and then Angry 12 seconds back from Michael. Bagel says what happened was, no, I'm just playing. Bagel says what happened was he spun, broke the left side of his wing, and the car just wouldn't turn. And that's the thing here too. It's a city street, so already not super conducive to racing, right? It's dirty, it's bumpy, and so you need all that downforce. And you know the with these 2022 cars, the under tray, the new wow, I can't even think of the words. Ground effect. The new ground effect helps a lot, but a lot less here in a place like Monaco. Cotton and really starting to try and catch Evil now within 7.5 seconds. Bagel says time for him to put an apology into his teammate. Well, your teammate is out there doing it, representing Mercedes quite well right now. In fact, let's jump on board with Adrian, see what he's got going. He's looking to catch up to Rogue right now. Plenty of time to do so. 17 laps on these hard tires. In fact, he's the driver on the oldest set of hard tires. He definitely does not want to have to make another pit stop. But I imagine that right now these hard tires are probably feeling pretty good. The only problem is that Rogue ahead of his tires as Cotton goes 1:13.8 for the fastest lap. Pardon me, hiccups. Rogue ahead of him, his hard tires are going to be coming up to temperature here really soon, and he's going to start feeling really comfortable, like I said, really soon here, and probably going to be able to start to kind of really walk away from Adrian. Michael in P5 on track, right? You look at it, is behind Adrian both physically on track and on the timing sheet, but Michael is a lap down from Adrian right now. So, and again, Michael's tires at just coming into that window where they're probably feeling really good. Bagel says it's only upsetting because he was holding P2 and lost it. Then Power drove his way up to angry, then went stupid. Then he was having a good pace on the hards, and then because the car does not have it just ends there. So, but I think the ability to turn is probably what he was saying. Angry in a position to threaten Michael again, but that being said, once again, Bagel says about a fuel stop the car from bottoming out. Yeah, you were actually mentioned that to me earlier in the week that you were struggling with that. Now, that's what happened when after that first turn, and then, as stated before it all ended, not all that mad, but expecting Baku to be the same. Good day. I like Baku. Baku is a track that definitely has some super tight areas, and if you can just maintain and manage those, you can really come out looking pretty golden on that track. Again, angry right now, trying to get by Michael, but once again, it's more gonna be up to Michael to make a mistake than anything. Sorry for that long message. Just disappointed with how I handled it. It's all good, Bagel. I'm here to talk, right? I want to know what you have to say. The long messages are all right with me. They never bother me. You'll just have to excuse me. My eyesight is not the best, and sometimes I have a hard time focusing on the tiny text. I probably should zoom that, but not quite ready to admit I'm that old just yet. Looking up at P2 into P2, Cotton only about 5, maybe 6 seconds between there, behind Evil right now, but both their tires 9 laps, and we saw 9 laps is where Adrian really started to really had his tires start to come in. So believing that it's just the same for these drivers. Oh, I didn't notice until now. Evil running the crossplay, playing on PC. Good on you. Good on you. Love to see it. If you're watching this and you're on any system now, right? You can join in on the fun. You don't have to be on Xbox anymore. Earlier, I was running it on PC. You can see now, Evil is running it on PC. You can also run it on PlayStation. Rogue has fallen to 29 seconds behind Cotton, just kind of running his own race. Unfortunately, for Adrian, not able to close in. Looking at a little over 10 laps to go in this race. Michael just sort of being hounded by Adrian at, excuse me, angry. What? Shut up. Just kind of being hounded by Angry right now. You know, Angry looking to get the family discount from Michael, saying, hey, don't hold me up. But Michael saying, I don't know you. I don't know you. No, I'm playing. I'm just playing. They're tight. They're friends. Look at that. And there you go, Zim. That I feel like is what you're talking about. You saw Angry just sort of lock up and almost sliding into Michael there. It's just so dangerous around this track. Oh, no. Oh, that's harsh. Angry with a penalty, another 3-second penalty. Not sure. Oh, it must have been. So Angry took advantage of a blue flag situation, I think, where Michael was letting somebody through, and Angry followed them, I think. I was trying to figure out why Michael just sort of came off of it. Both Angry and Michael looking to go to the end on a set of soft tires. So here's the question, right? Wrong button. It has to do with both Cotton and Evil right now. Both of these guys, I believe, could pit and come out ahead of Rogue. I believe. Do you do that? Right? So, there's of course a point on offer for the fastest lap. So, you think to yourself, I jump on the soft tires, I can get that. Right? Hold on a second. I just noticed that Angry. This isn't right. Angry tags that wall. So easy to do. Where's Michael? Still a couple seconds back, unable to take advantage. That's too bad. That is too bad for him. He would have liked to have done that. Why is this saying that Angry is only half a second behind Adrian? Angry allowing Michael by. I want to say that's due to the incident the two of them had just before they both pit. Angry being a gentleman here. So super cool on his part. But and then again, why is it saying that if Michael were truly about 2 seconds, 1.5, 2 seconds behind Adrian right now, we would be able to see Adrian on the track. So things are all messed up, but I know up here, Cotton is only about 3.5, 4 seconds behind Evil. Like I said, these guys could pit right now, but it would have to be both of them, right? And so, see, you can see Evil in front of Cotton, and Cotton is like 3.5 seconds back. So some weird stuff going on, but strategies, like I was saying, these guys could do it. I believe that they could get in, switch tires, and get out before Rogue got the jump on them. And to be honest with you, if they did that, Rogue might follow suit. Not 100% sure, but might, right? But someone would have to pull the trigger first, right? And I think that someone would probably have to be Evil, right? Because Cotton could go in and lose a bunch of time to Evil, and I don't know that there's enough time to yeah, see, now the more I think about it, I don't think it's gonna happen. I cannot see Evil even doing that, because I think he would just lose too much time to Cotton as Adrian is into the pits, going on to a soft set of the tires, looking to clear or clearing penalty there. Obviously, that 1.5, 2 seconds is not truly a thing, but somebody just went past. Somebody else just went past. I want to say that's probably, yeah, that was Evil and Cotton going by Adrian. Adrian 42.5 seconds back. Adrian now looking to just sort of get. Why is he driving so slowly? I mean, I would say trying to create separation, but I don't think that that's a necessary thing. I'm confused, but I'm that a lot, so it's all good. I can see Adrian now, actually right now, probably prepping his tires in some, or prepping his car in some way to go for this lap here, maybe looking to hit that fast lap. And whoa, this is big. Rogue has responded to Adrian, I believe, and has also gone onto a set of the soft tires. Unfortunately, Adrian did not push on his out lap and didn't make up as much time as perhaps he could have. So that's just unfortunate. Again, though, still, both of these drivers, I would have to believe, looking to set that fastest lap. On board with Cotton, who is now within DRS range of Evil. Evil, this whole race has been in P1. Now under threat for the first time. Actually, and there it is, Adrian with a 112.5. Can Rogue answer that? Here we go. The fight is on. You can arguably say that Bagel had Evil under threat in the very beginning of this race, but again, Evil kind of quickly able to pull away. Looking he could do the same again. Did he just have a little bit of a tap on that wall? Not sure. It looked like the rear kicked out a little bit, but who knows? I'm going to roll with this for a while because Cotton, who arguably is one of the fastest guys in the league in a straight line, will have DRS. Shut up. Evil is harvesting right now. And again, even with the known speed, the speed that we know Cotton to have, he's not able to use that DRS to any true effect. Right now, it's a game of chess. It's who cannot make a mistake. Evil absolutely right now cannot afford any mistakes. Cotton, not under as much pressure, but the pressure is still heavy if he wants to take this win. Cotton swinging a little bit wide. I thought for a second looking to try and dance underneath. Evil thinks better of it though. Pardon me, I need a throat lotion. Throat is hurting. All right. 20 lap old tires, hards. So these tires are probably starting to fall away. Cotton, well within a half a second of Evil. Evil's pressure is he cannot make a mistake, or Cotton will pounce. Cotton's pressure comes from this, and this heavily. In Evil's dirty air, if these hard tires are beginning to go off with just over a lap to go, he could wash out into a wall easily. Cotton showing his nose. Oh. These guys are side by side. Cotton able to make the pass. I can't remember how to look behind me. There it is. Time to jump on board with Evil. One final bite at the apple, and it has come to my attention that across the pond you guys say one final bite at the cherry. I'm confused by that because cherries aren't big and you eat them in one bite anyways. So yeah, I'm sticking with apple. Unfortunately for Evil, he is out of battery. Going to be looking. Oh, and he misses the chicane. 3-second penalty. That is it. You can call it, barring anything short of Cotton's car exploding right now in a missile attack. Cotton P1 Evil. Wow, shut up, man. Damn. Evil P2. Hopping on board with a Rogue, who will be looking to bring it home in P3. Angry has brought it home in P6. Adrian has crossed the line to bring it home in P4. Uh, so that secures a P5 for Michael, and that is the race for today. Bagel DNF'd in P7, unfortunately for him. Mr. Silvano, the same in P8, also unfortunate for him. And in P9, Zim, also the unfortunate same fate. But what a race, guys. Again, Monaco just difficult, right? You know, Zim expressed his frustration for this portion of the track here, the hairpin, where it can easily go very wrong in so many very different ways. There you have it. Cotton, P1, Evil, P2. Cotton's teammate, P3, Rogue. So a really good day for the Williams team. I want to see what's happening. I want to know what's going on, and we will find out once the score is all tallied up here. Did I come off of here or something? So there's that. Here are the incidents. And here are the pit stops. So Cotton P1, Evil P2, Rogue P3, Adrian P4, Michael P5, Angry P6, Bagel P7, Mr. Silvano P8, Zim P9. Look at the stops, guys. A lot going on in this race, and wow, I'm getting a lot of lag again, and I'm not even in VR this time. That's gonna be it for this race, guys. An incredible one to be sure. Oh, looks like we've got Evil in the stewards chat. Let's jump in and see what's going on. What's going on, Evil?
Yo.
Hell of a race out there. You almost took your license to flags. What did you think about it?
Certainly not impressed at how the overtake was done at the final turn. Other than that, it was a good race, start to finish, but I don't think a car should be pushing you off the line towards the wall to make the pass. I had absolutely no chance to defend it.
We had been speaking about it a lot during the race about just how tight this course is, and there are only just not even a handful, just 2 or 3 places where you can make a safe pass. So yeah, definitely understand what you're saying there. Nonetheless, big points for you with a P2. I gotta ask, you were in a position to where you could possibly have switched over to the soft tires towards the end, and Rogue wouldn't have been able to threaten you from P3. And so, did it ever occur to you? Did you ever think that you could do that, forcing Cotton to do the same, and then you guys race for race to the end on a set of the softs?
When I got wing damage towards the end of the race, I set a pit stop up, but unfortunately, as I came up to the pit stop, my teammate was in, so I couldn't get in the pits. And then by that time, I think it was too late to actually get that stop. in, so I just had to go with it.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I had a lot of audio issues as well. Yeah, so it's somebody that was in the party has very loud paddles, and that's where I lost all my time because I couldn't hear my gear shifts over their clicks. So it's
Gotcha.
there's definitely a lesson learned in the future. I will not be in a party.
Gotcha.
It's amazing just hearing. I think it's the way I downshift that's done through memory. So
Mhm.
like I know how many clicks I need to pull.
Right.
So then if I hear a click for somewhere else, my brain's counting it. It's just one of those things.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah, I
can
mean,
definitely understand
it
that.
was a good race start to finish, and yeah, I'm very disappointed how the overtake was done because I very much feel that that could have went to the last lap on the line. I think.
Right. Uh, so beginning of the race at the start, Bagel makes a great jump on Rogue. Were you feeling the pressure early in the race? Uh, One of the things that we had spoken about in chat or what have you is who had the chance of winning the race, and I said that it was either the driver on pole just running away with it at the beginning, which pretty much is what you did, or the driver who could just be calm, cool, and collected and wait for an opportunity. And that's not exactly what happened, but you know, were you feeling like the pressure to run away from Big One and everybody else for that matter at the beginning of the race?
I was just doing my own race. With Monaco, the best thing to do is focus on you and only you. You start focusing on times, cars around you. That one moment, lapse of judgment is when you're going to drag the car into the wall. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I was just concentrating on me. Managed to pull the gap out. I think by the time I done my pit stops, the majority of people had already done them, and then Cotton came in the same time as me, so it was a it was a good pit stop as well because then I didn't come out in traffic or anything. Um, but yeah, I mean the biggest thing is just all I wanted to do was concentrate on me, make sure I wasn't going to drag that car in, take the wing off. Unfortunately, it happened towards the end of the race. Yeah, that's what it is.
And last question, something I noticed, I guess for the first time this season tonight is so you guys over at Alpine or Alpine, uh, then the guys over at Mercedes, and then now what I just noticed is the guys over at in the Williams could you guys could be the three teams really battling for constructors championship. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, there's not much in the constructors at all. I think it's covered by 8 points in the top three. Um, I think Williams will have taken a little jump today because they definitely had the better finish. I think they had car finishing first and third.
Right.
So they'll pull a little advantage there. But yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of races left. Another challenging track next week. It's another street circuit. So it's about getting it right again next week. And one mistake at a track like that could cost any team a lot of points, whether it be Williams, Alpine, or Mercedes. It's just it's one thing we can't afford. So, and then I'd say the next few tracks coming up is kind of tricky. Because I think we roll into Baku next week, and then we roll into Canada. Obviously, the Wall of Champions. It's going to be interesting to see how the cars behave on that final chicane at the World Champions.
Right.
And then we've still got a couple of sprints left this season, so there's lots of points there. It's just a case of hopefully Alpine we can keep our heads in the game and pick up the points when maybe they make the mistakes.
Yeah, the guys in chat were talking about next week being Baku, and I know that the biggest threat there is what you lovingly call the wall of Lewis Hamilton, where he crashed all those years ago, just being like the biggest threat on that track. It should be an interesting race.
Yeah, I mean, next week the castle section is key to the race, and it's impossible for anybody to sit there and say that they can hit the castle section 100% every lap because nobody can. And I do believe that the entry into the castle has actually been maybe slightly changed. I'm not sure. I think it's the entry curve that's been changed. So I've not actually been on it on this game, so it'll be interesting to see what that curve is and how it changes things. The one thing I noticed tonight coming out the tunnel, you've obviously got that chicane there,
Right.
and you've got the little sausage curve as you go into it. That sausage curve tonight was very unforgiving if you went over it the wrong way.
That was definitely my thought. I did see a lot of the drivers dancing over that, and just to me, to what I was seeing, very lucky not to just get tossed over to the right, or excuse me, to the left into the wall. So yeah, the curves this year are pretty crazy, especially with the ground effect under the floorboard, right?
Yeah, I think it comes down to how the suspension is set up on the car, as if you can take the curb. I was finding that I could take it, but I had to be very careful on how I took it. Um, yeah, I mean curbs on this game they're unforgiving. If you get them wrong, they're not going to forgive you out the other side.
Right. So
So,
I know I
yeah.
said last question like 50 questions ago, but I just remembered and sitting here looking at the screen. Today was your first race uh, through the crossplay. What you think about it?
It seemed stable enough to me. Everything seemed to run sweet as a pea. I do need to make slight tweaks into my force feedback because obviously it's the first time I've done a league race on PC. So need to make a couple of tweaks here and there just so that I've got the true feeling of the car underneath me. Um, Other than that, it was really good. I mean, I felt I got a really good getaway, being able to actually utilise those clutch paddles properly now. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm loving it now on the PC. I think I'm going to enjoy it a little bit more.
Very cool, very cool. Well, definitely can't wait to see what more goes down in the season. Like you said, very close between your team, the Mercedes, and the Williams teams. Um,
I'm definitely going to put more practice in because yeah, I done no practice for Monaco at all. So like I didn't even have a setup done until probably 30 minutes before qualifying.
oh wow! So yeah, there you have it, guys. Anything else, Evil?
Not that I can think of. Suppose the only other thing we've got some available seats here, and yeah, I mean it doesn't even matter the platform you're on, whether it PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. You want to come and join us? Come join us. All we need is your EA ID, and we can get you in the week. So come and join the fun. Come and see if you can disturb this championship battle that's going on.
There you go, guys. Seats open, and no restrictions on where you play, as it should be for all games. I'm just saying, maybe that's my lonely opinion, but I love it when no matter what system you are on, you can play with everyone else, no matter what systems they are on. Um, Again, space here in the MSR. That's max speed racing for those of you guys not in the know, and it's a good time here. It's a really good time. So feel free to reach out to Evil. Actually, Evil, you want to tell them how they can reach you?
Um, hmm. So on Steam, it's Evil Scotsman swapping out the O and the I and Scotsman for a 0 and a 1. God, that took a lot to remember. I've not said that in a while. Same with the Xbox. The Xbox is the same. I think every single platform I'm on, it's Evil Scotsman. You just have to swap the O and the I and Scotsman for a 0 and a 1, and you should find me. I've got a very unique profile picture, so you should notice me when you find me.
And if you're looking to get in touch from the PlayStation, go ahead and get in touch with me. It's Falshin757, all one thing, word with numbers or whatever. You can reach me there on a PlayStation if you need to do that. So yeah, guys, this is the place where you want to be. Also, wow, I just lost my train of thought just like that. I'm old. But yeah, again, we have some seats. Again, no matter what you're on, all are welcome, and come have some fun with us. So, for Evil Scotsman, this has been Falchion, and you know me, I'm Ghost. Two fingers is peace.